Yes. Welcome to CBSI's Friday Night FOC with East Meets West, guys. I am your guy, Joker, man, with my other panel members from East Meets West. Here I have James, King of the Golden State. What is going on, bro?
What's shaking, everybody? It's your boy, King of the Golden State, here for tonight's FOC. Let's do it.
Yes, man. And then we also have my broski from the West Coast.
What's going on? Let's get this FOC.
Oh my god, yo, and then we have the guy who comes up with the list, man. We have Josh Grav. What is going on, Josh?
What's up, guys?
Yes, man. So yeah, as you know, man, Josh puts up a list of previews. He goes through the previous book and see what comes out. And he does it for FOC. And he basically you should explain what FOC is a little bit.
All right, again, FOC final order cutoff. This is for books ending on Sunday, April 4th, and Monday, April 5th. April 4th on Sunday for DC, April 5th for Marvel and All Independents. So again, this video airs on Friday at 8, and then is posted to comicbookinvest.com the next morning by Ben C. over at CBSI. So he'll put a link to the video over there, and I think he will be putting up the actual list that I send him as well. So make sure you guys get to your LCSs as soon as you can, because actually this week you'll probably only have Saturday to do this if you haven't done so already, since Easter is on Sunday and most shops will probably be closed. So make sure you guys get your orders in tomorrow.
Definitely.
Yep. All right. So you ready to get this rolling?
Yeah, let's get this rolling, man. We're gonna start off with my man Josh's list right here. There we go.
All right, we'll start with DC again since they end on Sunday. We'll go through a couple of these pretty quick because I don't think they're that big of books, but still books that I think a good enough amount of people do pick up. Action Comics. I think this is the first one back since the hiatus. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first one back. I don't read Action at all. I don't know if any of you guys picked this up. Okay, covers. I'm not into Superman at all, but a lot of people are. You guys?
Yeah. Again, this is one of the Trinity, right, from DC. So Superman. Everybody got it's a lot of Superman fans out there. I'm not reading Action Comics, but I am digging these covers. Both covers too, the Tedesco and the Jenin.
I would keep an eye on the Tedesco. That's a nice one. I actually like the way it looks. Pretty classic looking.
Yep.
Yeah, good point. Just like you said, it's probably one of the 1030s actually new Action Comics, so it's new story arcs. So you never know.
Yeah. All right. Next up, what do you got? Okay, one that probably most people are looking forward to, Batman 108. So you got 4 covers this time around. You've got the regular Jorge Jimenez cover A. All these covers are dope, in my opinion. Art Germ cover B, the Federici 1 in 25, the black and white set he's been doing. And they are doing a 1 in 50 foil of the Art Germ cover. So I don't know if that's going to be continuing going forward. I don't know if they're trying to mimic what they did with issue 92 with Punchline, how they did a foil cover. They did it like a couple months down the line, and I think that was I want to say that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Obviously they didn't have San Diego Comic-Con last year, but it was still, they still put out some variants. Obviously this is the first full appearance of Miracle Molly, so this should be a big issue. Obviously, JT4 just killing it on everything he does, including Batman. I'm excited for this. You guys?
Yeah, I mean the Quattro's doing it, man. James Tynion killing it in Batman. I'm really digging it. This is a pretty dope read so far, and the art inside is amazing. I'm interested to see more about Miracle Molly here. And I'm curious that 1 in 50 foil, man. What they doing with that? It kind of remind me of the little things that the Berserker books are doing now, right?
Yeah, to piggyback on it though, like of all the covers, and I'm not big on the whole Miracle Molly character, and I hope she's not like a Punchline character or Harley Quinn or whatever. But of all the covers, I would probably be eyeballing right now would be the Federici 1 in 25 because it reminds me, and I'm sure you guys, if you guys are fans of this, agree with me on this. It reminds me of the cover or the poster from Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
The early, the first one when it first came out. Like if you haven't seen that poster, Google that poster, Night of the Living Dead. It's very similar cover, and that's a really cool cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll pick up all three, AB and the 1 in 25. I don't know. I'm a Batman fan, so I've been picking it up since day one, so I'll pick it up.
Good read.
All right, next up, Detective Comics 1034 second print. I like DC is now switching up their second prints to different covers instead of just doing a different color scheme. Usually red they go with second prints. I will get this. This did have a dope Damian story as the second story, and you've got the first appearance of Hawk in this as well. So I think this will probably be a very, very low print run, I would expect.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Besides the Batman, Detective has been a good read for a while. It's just been under the people's radar because the Batman solo titles has been amazing. But Detective, don't knock it. Read it. It's a good read. The main story, and like Josh said, that other extra story with Damian with the first two. I think one was in 106, right? Batman 106, and then the second one is on Detective Comics 1034. This one here, and then they're gonna continue on with Robin #1. So pretty dope. I'm in this.
Has anybody has Brian Hitch done anything else for Detective, or is this the only thing he's done for the second print?
Don't remember.
Does anybody know?
I haven't seen his name attached to anything.
That's the thing, because something about that sticks out to me is like a second print by an artist that you haven't seen on Detective. It's kind of I would pick this up because just for that fact. That's just kind of odd. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm with you. It's second print. I like the fact that they're doing a different cover and not going with the red.
Well,
like
different artists, though.
Yeah, and different artists as well. So it is going to be something that's low printed because a lot of a few miles here still have 1034 first print. So just in mind.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that this would even get a second print. I don't think that many people read Detective, but I could be wrong. All right, next up, Detective 1035, continuing with this new storyline with Bruce and his new neighbors, and this whole investigating what's going down in the sewers, where he's got all his different bat caves. I'm gonna pick this up. Like Mike just said, Detective has been really good. I love the fact that Lee Bermejo on the variant is finally doing something different than those one shots of Batman up close that all look exactly the same thing for about like 8 issues at least. So to see it pulled back a little bit further with some other things besides just him on here, I like when artists switch up their style a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I'm picking up Detective Comics 1035. Dan Mora, love his art. Been killing his art recently. He's been killing it. Bermejo, you can't listen. That's one of my favorite artists. If you've been watching our regular podcast, we just did a spotlight on him. That cover, it's pretty dope. So definitely picking those up.
Yeah, I don't read it, so it's I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll just wait. But yeah,
B cover. What do you think, Libro? So yeah, I'll take it all day. Dope artist.
All right. Next up, Harley Quinn #2. I don't know if any of you guys read issue 1. I wasn't feeling it at all. I may pick this up. I just thought it was more of the same, where we've seen Harley ever since she's kind of, left Joker and she's trying to figure out who she is. She's a good guy now. She's kind of part of the Bat family, but it's kind of her just always been stuck in this limbo phase of her trying to figure out her new self.
Yes.
So unless this gets going, I can't see myself going much further than issue 2. The end of issue 1 was pretty cool how it ended with Hugo Strange coming into the picture. Other than that, not really feeling the artwork either. This cover by Derek Chu is pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that Derek Chu. I think people will pick that up just for the fact that Derek Chu was hot before with Harley Quinn. At one point, and the fact that he's doing it again, people will probably veer to that cover again.
Yeah, I'm the same with him. Oh, go ahead, brother.
No. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
I'm the same with I fell off of Harley Quinn after a while because it kept being repetitive. But when the Derek Chu variants came out, they were hot for a minute. So I'm with King.
I'm just Future State Harley Quinn was a good read, man. Those 2 issues was good. I'm just sad that they could, because I know Josh is he always said that with Harley Quinn, this character, they never really found her her niche, right? But I feel like they did with that. I feel like they did with the Future State 2 story like that. They should have kept on doing something with Harley, something towards that line. Hopefully they do go back to that.
Next up, I'm surprised this is getting a second print too. Although it was a good story, I'm very surprised it's getting a second print. Nightwing, not a big print run usually. Nightwing 78, second print. Good story for those who haven't read it. Very, very quick story. It's definitely kind of like a prelude to setting up what is going to be going on in Nightwing with, him getting the inheritance from Alfred after, Alfred's been dead for some time. Him, coming back, so to speak, into his original Nightwing, well, not the original, but his blue Nightwing costume.
Right.
If you read Nightwing before 78, you understand what I'm talking about. And then just what's going to be happening. Obviously, this takes place in Bloodhaven with Tony Zuko's daughter is the new mayor and Blockbuster. So, again, this issue was a good read. Issue 79 was on FOC last week. So if you guys haven't been picking this up, pick this up.
I agree. We've been doing, if you've been watching East Meets West over here, like we've been doing comic book reviews and we read this one, issue 278. Good read. Tom Taylor's been doing good things. He's picked up the new story arc on this one, and the art inside is pretty dope, amazing. So I love the cover on the first prints. The second print is badass too. So
does anybody know the print count on this second print for 78, Josh? You know?
Nope.
Not yet.
All right, yeah.
It won't be out until orders go through.
Yeah, I'm just curious because because right now the first print is like a $30 book right now already. I'm kind of curious about this second print because
is it really?
It's climbed up there.
The scan variant, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that and the regular cover too.
Oh, really?
It is climbed up. I looked at it like about a day ago, and that cover is an original cover, and it's by the original artist, for that title, and it's a really cool cover. I think this is a hot book alert right here, in my opinion. Don't quote me on it, but I just feel. I mean, like, it's an original cover. It's a second print by the actual artist, and the original first print's already hot. So I would definitely pick this up. Probably 2 or 3 copies just for the hell of it.
FOC, yeah, it's the same artist as the cover A.
Although that being said, I didn't realize that the first print was going for that much. So this may be printed more than the actual first printing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's also just a beautiful cover because the background's got the Nightwing insignia in the shape of the buildings.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that. Good. Yeah. Oh wow, good pickup on that.
That's the thing, and it's like second print and the original artist. It screams like a money book for me, man. I would definitely pick up multiple copies. Of this.
I expect Mike Morello to put this up on Cover Fire, bro.
It's gonna be somewhere. All
right. Next up. This one really been waiting for. This one I think is going to be really good. Robin #1. This is Damian Wayne's story of the backup stories from Batman 106 and Detective 1034. Finally, he's getting his own series with Talia, with the League of Shadows, the League of Assassins, and the League of Lazarus. If you've read those other 2 backup stories, I'll be picking this up. Can't wait to read it. Federici 1 in 25. Obviously, I'm in love with it. And I'll tell you, this Gleb Melnikov, who's doing the interior art as well, been killing it too. So yeah. I think this should be pretty good.
That A cover to me is the best looking cover out of the rest. I enjoy the 1 in 25 Federici. Federici's been killing it, but I feel like it's just, since it's just gray and white, you know what I mean? But the A is just beautiful. I really enjoy it.
And the other thing is, for the people that don't know what this is, these team variants are stores have to either order 250 copies on their own, or they're allowed to go in with other stores and kind of pool and get 250 copies. That's the only way to get these. They've done it with Batman 100. They did it with Harley #1. They did it with Joker #1. They've done it with a couple other ones too.
Catwoman, Batman.
That's a clever idea. I never, because like there's shops that do that. So just to get like regular racial variants, they combine with other shops. But that's actually a pretty cool idea. The Federici variant, once again, I'd probably pick it up because like the tone. It's not just black and white, but it's the tone of the sketch that's done pretty well in that. So probably that, and probably the Robin #1.
And I don't know who this is.
Who?
Or character.
I think it's a new character. Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Next up, Teen Titans Academy #2. I thought the first story was okay. I think this cover right here, the Sandoval cover, is amazing. I think this is a dope cover. Whether the story ends up being dope as well, maybe one day we'll learn out who Red X is going to be. I doubt that we'll figure it out by issue 2. I will pick this up. I don't care about this cover over here, the Philip Tan cover, but I will get this Sandoval cover.
What if they're doing like a little throw you in the face, trying to like you specking who Red X is, and what if it's all of them? You know, what if it's everybody just playing a part of it, eh?
Yeah.
That Philip Tan cover. Philip Tan is an amazing artist. It's okay. I'm digging the A cover, like Josh says, more than the B cover. But I have read Teen Titans Academy. It was a fun read. It's more like a young adult type book for me in my eyes. I you know what I'm saying. But so yeah, I'll read it again. I'll see how issue 2 takes. You know, what you guys think? Okay.
Right. Next up,
Yeah, like I said,
Alien #1 second print. You got the Salvador LaRocca cover A, which is dope, and there will be a second print 1 in 25. No picture of that yet. I won't be getting this.
I'm gonna get that because that's very similar to like. I mean, I like what LaRocca's done with that because it immediately seems like the one of the scenes from Alien the movie, where it was. I'm not gonna go into it, but it looks like something from the movie, one of the parts in Alien. So I don't know. I'm a sucker for it. I'd pick it up.
Broski?
Now I'll see it when I see it. If it looks dope, I'll pick it up in person. This is a 50-50 buy.
Yo, and not for nothing, I got to see that Patrick Gleason 1 in 20. And guys, if you don't know what a 1 in 25 is, basically, you have to order 25 copies of. Your shop can order 25 copies of the A cover to get that one cover for the 1 in 25. I'm just very curious to see what this Patrick Gleason cover is. Is it an interior cover? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't doubt that it is. You know how, and we'll come up to this in a couple issues here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like that ASM 55 or that Carnage Black, White, and Blood.
Ooh, something like that. Like
I wouldn't doubt it because he did one with Venom, and there's another one coming up here in a minute. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Like that.
Next up, Beta Ray Bill #2. Issue 1 just came out this past Wednesday. I haven't read it. I don't know if I'm going to. So the first issue had a few variants. This one's only got a main cover and a 1 in 25, or that's all that's popping up right now. I really don't have much to say on this. I'm not really a fan of this Pope 1 in 25.
I've heard the Beta Ray Bill's been okay. Read from what I've heard. I want to read it since it just came out this Wednesday. I'm gonna read it. But yeah, I'm interested to see what this is about. Beta Ray Bill. I was gonna say Billy Ray. Beta Ray Bill has always been a character that's been interesting to me. So I'll read it. I'll give it a read. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this. I'm not like I'll wait until the dust settles on the whole Beta Ray Bill saga unless something makes me lean forward. But no.
Yeah. Broski?
Yeah, I'll probably read the first one before I decide to pick up the second one. That's just me. We'll see how it goes. What the story's about in order for me to get the second issue.
Gotcha.
All right, next up. This book has got a lot of covers. Black Panther 25. This is the end of the series. Or at least I think it's the end of the for the writer of this story. So you've got, I think, 12 covers in total. Store covers, no ratio covers, no store incentives at all, at least not at this time. So you got the Acuna A cover, the Pacheco cover B, these Heroes Reborn cover, Sprat cover C, Stealth Freeze. Then you got all these other ones. And the only one that I like in this whole thing is this one right here.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've been talking about that cover for a couple months already. When the Stormbreaker started first coming out, that's the Stormbreaker variant.
These are all Stormbreakers.
Yeah, well, that Stormbreaker variant.
Not those four now.
That one's on my dude. That shit. Josh was just talking about Patrick Gleason doing Spider-Man and Carnage and stuff like that, and well, hopefully maybe he'll do Alien or something like that. But this cover right here, the T'Challa, dope, badass. I mean, that's my cover right there. Dope cover. But the other covers are nice though. Other covers are nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. These this is well, don't mind these two. These were placeholders. These aren't supposed to be here. But
Okay.
Black Widow number 6. You got the Hughes cover. Awesome. These reborn covers. And there is a 1 in 10 and a 1 in 25. These are not those covers though. These
Right.
no pictures as of this time recording. I haven't been picking up Black Widow at all. You guys?
I'm a big Hughes fan.
Nah.
Like I'm a big Hughes fan. I'm gonna wait till like things just settle up on this because like it's a cover A for Adam Hughes, and it's not like I'm gonna rush to grab it.
I don't know. Leave in the comments if you've reading Black Widow, if it's worth buying or is it good worth reading, because I have never read it and I haven't read it, picked it up. So it'd be good to see anybody who's watching the FOC, see if it's good pick up to get.
Yeah.
All right, next up, I think this is going to be a quick one. Fantastic Four, number 31. I don't know anyone that's currently reading Fantastic Four. I just threw it on here because it's one of the big books at Marvel, or one of the big titles from Marvel. I don't even know if this is good.
Listen, man. With that being said, what Josh is saying, I know people read the Fantastic Four, and you never know with some of these titles that are not as popular as other ones. Maybe low printed on these. Because a lot of them not picking up or ordered through for the shops. So something to look at, man. But these covers nonetheless, man. Mark Brooks is an amazing artist, kills it. And Pacheco's too plain. That for me, that's too plain. So I'm thinking the A cover.
All right. Next up, I'm excited about this. Finally, Fantastic Four Volume 4 omnibuses. This is the first printing, so they're finally moving on to the fourth one. I will be picking this up, the Kirby one. I like to stick with the original covers. I like how Marvel does that. DC is finally, it seems, starting to do that themselves instead of creating new covers. I will say this, though. Every time they recreate the original cover, they do a variant of it. It is dope. I will say that. And they usually are. I just like sticking with the original. I don't think you guys are big omnibus guys.
I know. Listen. I love omnibus. Omnibus is pretty dope. I don't own any omnibus, but they're dope. There's one thing I feel like I can, if I ever decide to start like shifting my collection into more cheaper paperbacks and going that route, I think I'm gonna go with omnibus. Definitely.
Usually low print run on these things too, and these are becoming collector's items. Some of these omnibuses really go for a lot of money.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Okay, next up, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 25, and I think something important. I haven't been reading Miles Morales, but I think something important happens in this issue, if I'm not mistaken. So you got the main wraparound cover, which is probably the one that I'll pick up, with the exception of there is one more. There's no picture of it, and it's not this one. I forgot to take these placeholders out too. So obviously these are not the covers. Batman is not coming over to Spider-Man. But there is a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50. And there is a Bagley Skyline variant. So I'm assuming it's going to look a lot like that ASM 700, that Carnage number 1 Skyline.
Well, okay. Keep an eye on that one, man. You never know. Because they did a couple. They did Venom, Carnage, Spider-Man. Miles, I could see that happening with. They've done a Black Widow recently too. Nice.
Yeah, I want to see the Pacelli variant. See what comes out of that. Like, man, Rob Liefeld, come on, man, how dare this guy?
Yeah,
like this. I can't do that one. No way in hell. But the Pacelli, I'm very interested in, because like she does Spider-Man very good, man. And it's like I'm interested to see what comes of that.
I'm gonna keep it real. That Jeffrey Verrig. I'm kind of liking it. Kind of got that graffiti style for me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This was. I feel like this one's late to the party. They did these like 3 months ago. These covers.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Silk number 2. Again, this one had a bunch of variants for issue 1 that just came out this past Wednesday. This only cover A, and this 1 in 25. This 1 in 25 is sold out at a lot of places. I think this is going to be the book out of this whole series to probably own.
You're right, because yeah.
So I'll get it.
Yeah,
okay read. I thought it was an okay read, the first one. It wasn't anything special. Didn't really expect it to be. It's a brand new writer on this series, a writer that has not done comics before. Has only written novels. It was an okay job. Nothing special, but it wasn't bad either.
Yeah, these 1 in 25s might spike up because of the fact that we talked about earlier yesterday about how nobody really reads Silk. So the 1 in 25 might be a scarce book because of the print run of the of comic shops ordering. So that's why this price spikes so high.
Yeah. No, I was talking like with my. This was like the 1 in 25. I was talking with my LCS, and they were talking about this book, and it's the same guy or the same. I'm not sure if it's a guy or a woman or whatever, but it's the same person who did the Spider Woman cover. There's a variant about a month or so ago, and that book was like I think that book's like a $200 or $300 book right now. So talk to your LCS if you can. Get in there if you can. If it's not sold out where you're at, and pick that thing out, because I want to get that myself. Yeah.
All right. Next up, more omnibuses. Spider-Man Volume 1. This is the McFarlane run. This is a new printing. I forget which one it is. I think it's either 2 or 3. I think it's 3. I will probably get the main cover. The other 2 are just whatever. They're fine. I've actually never read this run. So this just includes just the pieces that McFarlane actually did. So 1 through 13. I think 16 is it. And that's all this is as far as this goes to. So I'll pick that up. Again, I don't think you guys are going to get this, right?
No, I got all the issues.
Next up, Darth Vader number 11. I haven't been reading this, but I have been picking up every issue since what is this? This is volume 4, I think. This is a dope cover. This reminds me of the Old Republic video game, one of the trailers. And this Sprouse cover, I feel like we've seen this cover a million times before.
Yeah.
Not even that, just the picture from Empire Strikes Back, but like that Aaron Kuder cover looks like it reminds you of what you were talking about, the video game cover. It reminds me of The Walking Dead, like one of the Walking Dead issues. I forgot which reprint it was, where you had Rick and standing there where Darth Vader's standing, and you had the zombies out there in the background just ready to attack him. And I thought it's very, very similar looking. So, but yeah, I would pick up both because I don't do the movie covers very often, but that Chris Sprouse cover would probably be an exception to that rule.
I agree.
Good, bro.
All right. Next up. I thought this was pretty dope. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary. So I don't know if this is going to be, because the original one was like a magazine size, if I'm not mistaken. I thought this was pretty dope. So you got the Sprouse 8 cover and then the Ohari movie poster cover. I might get this.
Noriyoshi Ohari.
Yeah.
I am digging that the Sprouse cover. The Sprouse cover is pretty dope.
Both.
That B cover is dope too. Yeah, I like both. Both covers are awesome. You can't go wrong with either or. So it's pretty nice little tribute that they're doing for the 40th anniversary for Empire Strikes Back. So cool with that.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Marvel's number 1. I put this on the list. I'll get to it in a minute. I don't know what this series is going to be about. I forget what the synopsis said. Pretty dope. Alex Ross, cover A. The reason I put this on this list is watch out for this Delato 1 in 50. He just did that 1 in 25, or was it 1 in 50, a Silver Surfer?
Yeah.
For Marvels, I think it was, or Marvel.
That was Lee Bermejo, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, no, it was Bermejo.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You're right. It was Bermejo. I'm sorry.
But at the same time, look out for these Marvel covers, man. And these incentives.
I agree. No.
Yeah, and especially with Delato. Listen, Bermejo is amazing. The Delato is amazing too. So look out for these incentives, man.
Yep. And this will probably be low print run too.
Yep.
Next up, I just put this on the list just because of this character's hot right now, obviously because of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Honestly, I didn't even know this was a title right now, or at least it wasn't in the forefront of my mind. U.S. Agent number 5. You guys aren't reading this, right?
No, but Chichero's been killing them covers. So yeah, I've seen it before.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's the synopsis on this U.S. Agent stuff. I mean, I know it's pretty hot now, but I mean, a lot. Well, I'm sure it's getting some reads because of the show. So yeah.
And I think this is his. I think I could be wrong. I think this is his first like solo standalone series.
No, it's not. It's not.
No,
it's not.
No.
He had a solo series before.
Okay.
There you go. Some more omnibus. Okay.
Yeah, more omnibus. Wolverine Volume 1. This is a new printing. So again, I'm sure a bunch of people probably already have this. But if you haven't read all these Wolverine stories, it's the Frank Miller run. I forget what else is. Oh, I think Hulk 181, 180, 181, 182, 340 is in it, and there's a bunch of other things obviously in it as well. You got the McNiven variant cover, and then if I was to get one, I'd be getting the Frank Miller cover.
I agree, broski. I agree. This is if you're a Wolverine guy, this is your thing right here. Both covers you can't go wrong with, but I'm always gonna go with the classic Frank Miller.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna go with the classic Frank Miller.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I mean, like I would go with the classic Frank Miller for that, but I already have one. You know, just but it doesn't have the 181 and 180 like Josh was talking about. But I'll go with that McNiven one. You know, just to change things up.
So
that's
a really dope
I was gonna go with Steve McNiven. I think that's a dope. I like the detail on it. So if I buy one, I'm buying that.
All right, up next, X-Men Legends number 3. I put this on here because I think the first one had a little bit of heat when it first came out. I think a couple people were digging it. I never picked it up. I completely forgot what issue 2 even looks like, and no picture yet of this John Tyler Christopher cover B.
It's gotta be action figure thing because he's done a couple action figures. I think he did one for Legends
or Negative Space.
I think it's action figure. I think it's action.
Right. Issue 2 he did action figure. I just saw it at the LCS.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I think he's going to continue with those.
Okay, so let's get into the indies now. Crossover number 6. Quite a few covers on this one. I'm kind of ready for crossover to be done with. I honestly stopped reading it. I don't know if I stopped reading it at like issue 4. And I don't think I'm going to continue it. It just hasn't grabbed my attention. Again, 3 incentives. I don't really have much to say on crossover. I wasn't expecting as much as I think most people were expecting out of this book. But still, it didn't even live up to just even a little bit of potential in my mind.
I was reading this. I stopped collecting it. I want to finish reading it, but I'll pick it up a trade paperback, basically. Crossover was interesting. Just wasn't expecting what it was.
Yeah, if I'm picking it up, I'm picking up that Eric Larson one. That's it. That's a dope ass one out of all of them.
Okay, next up, Shadecraft number 2. We just reviewed this book yesterday for New Comic Book. Yesterday for New Comic Book Day reviews on East Meets West channel. Shadecraft number 2, thought it was an okay story. I think it left a lot to be desired, but it ended in a very good way. I thought the art was very good. No incentives, but hey, nice A and nice B cover, both of them. The garbage covers, I think, really good.
You just sent me I already put this on my pre-orders. Shadecraft, both covers. I'm digging it. I'm like I said, I'm sticking with this story to see what how it goes. I like the synopsis of this, and this is a book to put on your radar, man. I agree.
Okay. Up next, Department of Truth number 8. And if you watched New Comic Book Day reviews yesterday, I was talking about an artist or artists that don't usually change up their formula. And this is one I was kind of surprised to see right here. And this picture of the Scotty Young C cover just popped today, and I was waiting to see what it was going to be. And I like that it's a little bit different than his normal style. Just a little bit different. It's not really too cartoony like his covers usually are. This I think fits pretty nice with this. This A cover is just sick though.
Yo, that going back to that Scotty Young cover, watch that be something. I just have a feeling and watch that be something. The simplicity of that book. But don't sleep on that Sienkiewicz. That Sienkiewicz is pretty dope too, man. Pretty dope.
I was gonna say the same thing, that like Sienkiewicz, that looks like it might be a hot book right there, man.
Yeah.
Like I like Scotty Young. I like him changing that up, but I don't know. There's something about that Sienkiewicz variant right there. It looks like it's gonna be probably a borderline hot book when it comes out.
Yeah, a lot of LCSs are only getting A and Bs of these, so I think Josh nailed the coffin. C's not going to be out there that long unless it's a FOC. I mean, a comic shop that knows about Scotty Young, because I see only A and B issues on that. Rarely see any C's as you get further out on these issues run count.
Kind of surprised that they stopped doing incentives on Department of Truth for a while now. All right, next up, Spawn 317, all dope covers, but this one right here, the McFarlane cover, this reminds me for all Sony PlayStation fanboys of what game? Shadow of the Colossus. That's what this reminds me of right here. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Shadow of the Colossus.
No,
I remember that.
No, you wouldn't, Mike.
Yeah,
you don't play good. You don't play good games. That's why.
Whoa,
So-
whoa!
But this
I play Mario. That's what I
Burns
play.
cover and McFarlane cover are dope. The Barbary cover
Mario.
is okay, but this one I think is the best.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
And obviously expect a black and white cover of one of these covers.
Mhm.
Probably most likely either
Friday
this one or this
cover.
one. Okay, next up, Two Moons number 3, a book that we just reviewed yesterday. Number 2. I don't pick this up, but Mike and James, I think you guys read this book, correct?
Yeah, we read it. I am going to pick the A cover up. I've been reading it. I've been sticking it. I like to stick to like 3 issues of these stories that's just coming out that we're not familiar with, to see what they're about, if they interest. Because you never know when they might turn out to be something good. You know what I'm saying? And if they do turn out something good, there's a lot of characters that you're not familiar with. You know, like if they turn into a series or something. So first 3 issues I'm sticking with. And that it's a badass zombie cover right there in the A cover. So,
Yeah, I blame Mike because I know I'm reading this and I got to pick up the 3rd issue of cover A, and we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Like
if I go down, you go down too, James. That's what I'm saying.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Pretty much.
All right, next up, Abbott
Pretty much.
1973. I know a lot of people have been swearing by this book. Not a book that, I think I'm too late on this one, but I'm digging this Jen Bartel 1 in 25. I'll tell you that.
Fuck, that's bad.
Like I said, Jen Bartel is an amazing artist, man. She's been killing it with these colorful covers. She's been doing a lot of these women empower covers. What is it? Women History Month covers for Marvel. So yeah, this one here, it's pretty badass, man. I keep my eye on that the Abbott 1 in 25.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on the 1 in 25.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, because like that I don't know. Is there? I mean, like I know it's FOC, but is there a pre-order available on Boom Studios for something like that? You think?
Yeah, we'll have to check on Boom Studios.
Yeah, I'm just well. Thanks for the answer. No, I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, but now I have to look in. I will look into that. Thanks.
You're welcome.
It could be like a $10 book right now.
This is what I'm here for.
All right, next up, Berserker number 1, 3rd print. Kind of shocking to see that second prints have been selling for what?
$120.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm not really sure why, considering the fact that how heavily this book has been printed. And I would expect the same out of the 3rd print. But I would say this is probably, arguably, I would say the best cover so far. I think. Okay. Dan Moore has been killing it lately. Doing a lot of different things lately. But I'll pick it up. I'll pick up a couple just in case.
Yeah.
Obviously, Berserker
like the second print way better.
Dope read.
Color.
There you go.
Yeah.
Next
All
up.
right.
What's going
next up? Cyberpunk 2077. You Have My Word #1, and what a god awful title that is. Isn't it? What I
don't know. Maybe the story has something to do with the title on that one.
I guess, but that's just an awful title to me. I wasn't really a fan of the Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team either, even though I do have all those, and I am still in the process of finishing the game. I finally beat it last night. I'm trying to get that platinum trophy. I will pick this up. I think this will be a low print run, and some of these Cyberpunk issues are pretty pricey. Like that, I forget what it was for issue #1 for Trauma Team, but that is an expensive book.
Is that the 250 count you're talking about?
What'd you say?
Isn't that the one that's like a 250 count? Like
yes,
from like
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So okay, that explains it. Yeah.
All right, next up, I put this on. It's a new #1 from Valiant. Haven't heard them actually in a while, but Shadow Man #1. Let me read you guys the synopsis of this really quick.
Yeah. Shadow Man, yeah, Valiant. Surprised to see Valiant there. Man.
Yeah, just something different. All right, so it is from the best-selling master of horror Cullen Bunn, Venom, and bone-chilling artist John Davis Hunt, Clean Room, comes a shocking supernatural odyssey. Jack Boniface is a Shadow Man, a powerful protector who keeps humanity safe from the demons that claw at the fabric of our reality. The forces of darkness are awakening, and they are hungry for life. Will Shadow Man be able to save us all, or will the darkness devour the world as we know it? So, not that much to go off of. I thought the art was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
I'm 50 here. Kind of a weird ratio number.
I'm digging the my cover, the 1 in 50, pretty dope. The Rod Reese cover's amazing. That shit is just fire. Screams. You know, like that shit just jumps for me. You know what I mean? For number one, just to see what this is about. You know, so cool.
All right. Next up, now this was on FOC 2 weeks ago, and then they pulled it down. I guess it got kicked back 2 weeks for reasons I'm not aware of. White number 1, and if you want, I'll read the preview of this again. This is by the same guy that did that series Black, which I never read. I never even heard about it until I saw White. But it is. Oh my God! Did they pull this down again?
Yeah, well, Black. I've heard the synopsis of Black, and yeah.
I think they pulled it down again.
Oh, there you go. Here you go. They pulled it back, so it's okay.
They pulled it back again.
It might be on FOC next week, guys. Stay tuned. We'll finally get this through. We don't know. Move on to the next one, bro. Let's go.
This is the second time that they've pulled it back on a Friday. Well, I don't know I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so once again, guys, this is not on FOC.
No.
All right. Next up, Stake number 1, second print. I never heard about this before, but obviously it was good enough to get a second print. Have you guys heard about this book at all?
Stake number no. This is the first time I'm hearing of this book. All these indie books, man, you know, it's interesting to see because there's plenty of dope ass stories with these indie books. But Stake number 1, second print, didn't hear about this one. No.
Yeah. Let me find this.
Stake.
Yeah, Fantini. Don't know.
Okay. 3 years ago, vampires announced their presence to the world in grand fashion. In one instance, Angel lost her 2 best friends and her existence changed forever. Now as a member of the Vampire Bounty Hunter Union, and with the help of her ancient vampire mentor, Jezame, she's out to track down the bloodthirsty monsters who destroyed her life. She is Stake. I thought that was pretty cool, just by the little synopsis. I might pick it up. Jezame. Man, I am so pissed off about this White book.
Let it go, man. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
All right, so we got Black Friday number 1, second print. Pretty dope.
And this is another one. I thought this kind of reminded me a little bit of what's the video game? The Division, a little bit. So Black Friday is the biggest shopping day of the year. Millions of Americans pack the aisles of retail outlets all over the country, battling for their best bargains. While an unlucky cleanup crew deals with the aftermath of the latest Black Friday frenzy, they discover that years of pent-up negative energy has released something very evil and dark into their superstore, which is just the way corporate wanted it.
Dope. I'm happy that this went to second printing.
The other thing that I thought was interesting on this is it doesn't say who the cover artist is. It just says who the artist is, which is Travis Williamson. And I'm wondering if this is the same Travis Williamson who's a voice actor for a lot of video games, like a lot of video games. So I'm kind of curious if this is the same guy.
Interesting.
All right, so that's it for the main list. Now, again, we've mentioned this a couple times before. The books that we pull out for FOC is not the entire list that is on final order cutoff for the week. It's just too big of a list to put everything up. It would take far too long. So here's some of the other titles that are on FOC for the 4th or the 5th. Pause the video if you want and look at them, and then get to your stores and order them. Are there any books on here that you guys see that stand out to you?
I mean, listen. Right now, it's too many damn books going out right now. The FOC list that you just did, that we just saw, I'm down with that one right there. But off the bat, I see Erratic number 5. That right there catches my eye, so I keep my eye on that one because I heard Pressable Defects talking about that. Yeah.
Shadow Doctor number 3. You guys talking about Shadow Doctor makes me want to read it. So issue number 3 is on there, and the other one that I'm gonna say is Bitterroot 12. If they have B covers, look out for those. I don't know how much printings they do on that your local comic shops, but check out that B covers because those tend to be hot books and great artists on those. So just a heads up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Also, the next page, keep an eye out for that Witchblade #1 second print. There's been talk about that Witchblade #1 like all week, and I would probably like veer towards picking up that second print just in case.
Dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that will do it for FOC for
Yes,
April
yes.
4th and April 5th. So again, after this, tune right over to East Meets West because we're going to be doing an impromptu show instead of doing it on Sunday because of Easter. We'll be having a couple special guests on the show. We've got Otto from 3 Men in a Basement, Big E's from New York Warriors. Who else is coming on, Mike?
We got Amazing Murfinator coming through. We got Josh. We got Doom. We have James coming through, and my man Broski gonna take a little vacation day tomorrow. But we got other people to fill in. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that one, man.
And then right after us at 11 p.m. Eastern time, you got Tales from the Flip Side with the Hot 10 list of the week, CBSI's Hot 10 list. No East Meets West on Sunday, obviously because of Easter. Like we just said, we're doing it Friday instead. And then on Tuesday, make sure you check out the Pressable Defects with new Comic Book Day books. Usually goes live, or I'm sorry, not live. Usually goes up at 12 noon. And then later on Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, you got to keep it thorough. And Mike with the Indie Comic, CBSI Indie Comic or Indie Spotlight Show. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
And then what do we got on Thursday? You got East Meets West again with new Comic Book Day review, and you got Comic Fire by
my man Mike
Morello.
Morello. Yeah.
Cover fire,
Yep.
cover fire.
And then again on Sundays, and we'll do it on Friday. This time you also got Cover Tunes by Mike Morello as well. And Cover Tunes this week will be what? Falcon and Winter Soldier, I believe, correct?
Yes, we're gonna have Falcon Winter Soldier by Mike Morello. So it's gonna be an interesting one for that. So stay tuned for that one on our impromptu tomorrow night. All right. So
Yep. And make sure you guys again go to comicbookinvest.com. The link to this video will be up on Saturday. Ben will put that up. Shout out to Ben, and probably maybe along with the list as well. Make sure you just check out all the other CBSI family of shows that we just mentioned as well. Other than that, everybody have a good holiday week, a good Easter if you celebrate Easter, and make sure you guys get to your LCSs and order your books in time.
yeah. All right, guys.
That for Mike, James, and Gomez. I'm Josh. East Meets West. We're out.
Kazi Zoo.